protected by circles, man. No sea bears are going to be getting to this guy. But the strategy shouldn't be, can we kill Cthulhu? The strategy is for the Jade Dragons.
In Sam's build, and now he's going in towards the stone-cutting sword. Panda Cat goes up on the ultimate. Meanwhile, mid lane, Shinto used the beads, but it's not enough to save his life. Pagon, though, will trade out as Panatom cleans up the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the mid, and the duo lane seems to have petered off in its damage just a little bit. Never mind. Good silence out of PBM will at least slow down Zapman, but now PBM may have stepped a little too far, waits for the silence. Transcendence in the mid lane for Shinto. Probably going to be the same one for Zapman once he gets enough gold and the opportunity to go back to base. The opposite side here for Pagon, he's starting with a full Berserker shield right out the gate. Zapman loses his beads in an engagement of the dual lane. Panatom rotates over, dashes once, needs another dash to take down PBM, and he will do so. Panatom puts a second kill up for the Leviathans.
Yeah, Pagon did make the rotation over to try and help out in that
up
duo
their
lane.
Obelisk for a little bit. I'm not really going to say a slow Obelisk fill up. We've definitely seen some fast. We've definitely seen some slower. And Zapman without beads has no way to get out of the lockdown from Polar Bear Mike. He and Sam will team up to take down the Hunter of the Leviathans.
Yeah, you can't axe out the Brutalize when you're under a silence, but he's going to be picked up. Sam for Soccer does find the ult here. Rongyu is in circle protection. He can heal through this.
He's got a big silence and a big heal right after. PBM throws out his own ultimate to deal a little bit of damage back. Spirit Ball hits Mike, but Pagon's going to go right back in. The Winja Smosh, and that Wingus will make sure that Rongyu can get out, but he can't get very far. Pagon will jump down in, but Panatom has rotated back in, and the Stinger from Shinto will eliminate Pagon off the map, and the score remains tied 3-3, but the Dragons farming better right now. This 2K gold lead is still continuing to climb its way up very slowly, but very surely. I mean, the fact that the kills have been evened out, there hasn't been an objective to go down, but maybe it'll be Yarkor going down. Hasn't descended to madness, but the brutalized damage out of Sam is just too much here. PBM caught out, surrounded by 4, and that puddle will not save his life. There's too many of the Leviathans around to collapse in.
That should be a Gold Fury call. There's 4 members on the right side of the map. Pagon can rotate in late. It's really just Panda Cat here now, though. You have one opportunity to steal, and it's not going to be outperforming the circle of protection, and it won't go down.
Always gotta hold your breath. One very slight misinput, you pop it just a little bit too early or maybe just a little bit too late here, but no. That'll be a Gold Fury going to Leviathans. Sam will pick up Shinto, bring him right over to Pagon, who has the wins, and a couple more autos should be enough to take down the Hunter, but 3 Leviathans has shown up. Sam falling low, but juking out the Wingus from Rongyu, and now with a 3rd Dragon member here, Rongyu will not get rooted out by PBM. He'll make it through, and Panda Cat finds a solo kill onto Zapman at the enemy purple buff.
Is that a
right
spam
now?
lap we
The good news is we get to take a look at what exactly happened here. Panda Cat didn't even have the didn't even have the banner for the fight right there. Instead, he just used the ultimate. Zapman, who had already expended his jump to get in, is just taking a 1v1. The axe toss was good, but Panda Cat, who had used the beads at the beginning of the fight, wasn't concerned. I mean, that's just that's just a solo kill.
Not going to be done just yet. Not too much damage to burn that one down. Pagon, though, has found out Zapman.
Drop kick gets the beads from the Hunter. Zapman can jump himself over the wall, but up onto the cavalry is Panda Cat. He'll land, hit Zapman. Couple more autos all necessary. It'll be Pagon to get him. But meanwhile, on the right side of the map, the Pyromancer goes the way of the Leviathans, but how will the fight after go? Sam is back into the jump alone is enough to take down Rongyu. He's already gone. Yarkor's been picked up and has to use the beads right away, but when the beads are down, that's where Nox shines and comes in big. PVM with a kill of his own to take down the solo of the Levi's.
Polar Bear Mike making sure to get the last hit on that one. He did most of the work. Locking down a Cthulhu is not going to be your best option usually, but in a Nox silence, you can't ult at that point, so you're kind of just stuck. Will get the beads as well. So Yarkor could be even more danger in that lane specifically. This mid tower is going to go down. It's pretty close. Pagon will have to ult though. But same for Soccer down the wraparound.
Shinto does have his beads, but doesn't even get a chance to use them. The damage itself is too much. Panatom gets a slice and dice off the back of the Spirit Ball from Rongyu. It's Zapman rotating in, will find a kill. Thanks to help for that bladed arrow, but now it's a teleport in by Fine OK. And that should be the end of the fight here for the Levi's, with a couple of Spirit Ball and an Axe Toss thrown out there in the jungle and then the double Hunter. Zapman won't hit the Axe Toss. Instead, it'll now be an initiation by Sam. Gets the beads out of the Hunter, but that's the call for Pagon to go right back in. Rongyu uses the beads to get out of the winds, but now Shinto has been caught out in the jungle. Beads and Aegis burned away by the bead, but Panda Cat goes in with the ult, needs a little bit of extra damage, and now that Yarkor is rotating, this should be a turnaround kill on towards Panda Cat. Yes, Yarkor will find that one, and the fight continues to go through, or at least Yarkor will continue to keep the Dragons away from his team.
Yeah, they should be able to escape here. Losing your ADC, not the best option for either of these teams.
Only tier 1 and left still stands on the side of the Leviathans. That's their only safe place to go after an objective. It might not even be safe here because Pagon is between the towers trying to take down Zapman. He's got that Scepter. That Aegis will only buy Zapman another moment. And the Indra Scepter will deal the last tick of damage to take him down. The Jade Dragons up 12 to 6.
Around to find him.
Yeah, it's the constant game of cat and mouse here. Panda Cat will be the cat that they go for, but can they get him? No, the Nox is showing up. The silence is good to hold back Panatom's circle of protection. Dropped through by Wrong U will be enough to grab Panda Cat. He goes down, but Sam picks up Panatom. Zapman thrown into the cripple field and into the waiting arms of Sam Forsaka, who picks up the double. Wrong U rooted out, and Sam can just keep swinging away on this Fenrir. A missed jump and a silence will slow him down, but he will chew through that health shield. He will get right past that Spirit Ball, and he will pick up the triple kill for the jungler of the Jade Dragons.
Right now hitting level 20
Picture
and
one
19.
too many times here, Matrelli.
It's pretty good. Oh,
No,
you told me not to tell you it's good.
You're not supposed to tell me it's pretty good.
It's all right.
Okay.
There you go. BBM, though, taking a lot of damage.
He's gone. Sam Forsaka jumps in to find a stun on one. Yarkor goes in and gets the Ragnarok away from the jungler. The Leviathans find a massive pick that they need to maybe open up for this Oni Fury, but Pagon is here. This one might not go as freely as they would like. Circle Protection will secure it, but Pagon with the reinitiation finds 3 inside the winds, and Zapman is continuing to bounce off the wall. Sam goes back in to find some big damage up against Shinto, gets the Aegis from the AMC, and this 2 versus 3. Sam and Finder winning, but Panatom finds one in the backline. Panda Cat boxing up against Yarkor and is winning that trade. And Sam will find Wrong U, but Panatom will take down Panda Cat, and Find OK will chase down the Hunter of the Leviathans. And with Sam versus Panatom, Sam should close this one out with the help of that Scepter. Panatom cannot go far. Sam will drop him for the Deicide and another triple kill.
Sam Forsaka is about to go godlike in the SPL. One more kill, and he will be 13-0. Again, just a little bit of HP on either of these, but you got fire for another 2 minutes or so, so they have a few different options to try and go for this.
PBM's been eating a lot of poke here from Zapman, but a blink in from Pagon. Zapman used the beads and the Aegis already to start this fight out. Sam goes back and will pick up the Hunter and bring him right back to Panda Cat. That's the first kill of the fight going over to the Jade Dragons. They'll take the Phoenix, and a few of them are pushing back in here. Circle of Protection from Wrong U is gone. Yarkor's ultimate has now been used, but he is being melted away by Pagon and Panda Cat. He's down to a quarter HP, will have to back away. And the Jade Dragons will hold off their onslaught up into the throne room for now.
And the Titan Siege can begin here shortly.
Panda Cat gets that one with relative ease. The Fireman Wave continues to push up mid, and his first one on right-hand side. Left Phoenix goes down. Yarkor locked down. The cripple is there. Yarkor has to use the beads to dash himself on out. Sam picks up Zapman and brings him to the rest of the team. The Aegis will not buy Zapman enough time yet, but he will be able to jump away afterwards. But now with the Titan vulnerable to the entire squad of the Jade Dragons, they will march their way into the throne room, and the Jade Dragons will take game number 1.
Sam Forsaka did not get to go godlike. He was 12-0 since like 10 minutes at this point. He never got another.
Yeah, Cthulhu.
And that's exactly how I did it.
The Atlanta Leviathan Smith, they need to get the ball rolling here. Look, one or two losses in a row is not season ending by any means, but not a good look going into Masters, the final set of the phase for both of these two teams, Leviathans and Dragons, game 2.
Leviathans need a big win here to keep their hopes alive in this set and go to game number 3 against the Jade Dragons. Jade and Aurora, kind of the 2 prominent players on this pick here. We'll see a lot of damage in the mid. Good Lord, Shinto goes down. The Bluestone tick, plus the Jetstream grabbing first blood for the Jade Dragons mid laner in the 1v1 in mid.
Yeah, I mean, there's no appeal for that because it's just all raw damage. You can't beat anything.
Menacingly between 2 different people. Meanwhile, the rest of the map here is just kind of going in this more even state. Panatom, though, rotating over. There'll be one chain onto PBM. It gets thrown back. The Flames will help deal enough damage for Zapman to find the turnaround kill here. Leviathans can finally put their name on the board with their first kill.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard. That's usually where you're going to find your kills there. So wanting the beads, wanting that survivability is always going to help out. Pagon, though, gets aggressed upon.
Pagon, though, does have the Typhoon. It was charging up right before that pull goes through. And Pagon does not have beads in the kit, yet survives a massive combo by the mid laner. Shinto will use the Ares ult to transform and get some big damage back in. Holds off Sam Forsaka, but PBM finds a return kill on the tail end. Sam Goes for the drop kick, but it's not going to do anything to Panatom, who's dancing around. He'll use that CC immunity to get away from PBM's pull in, but Pagon is back, and Pagon is down. He just got back from the fight, and it's a double kill, but now FiNoK has made his rotation in. That'll be an easy pick for the solo laner.
Might be another opportunity, but no chains down. Zapman and
1v1.
Panacat taking another 1v1. One more auto will do it, and the dash. That should be enough, and another lap. Look at him in the
Wow.
player cam. Oh, man.
FiNoK picked up by Rongyu, thrown under the tower, but Rongyu will be fine, or FiNoK will be fine.
Not a
Rongyu will
fear
be
in the world, and that's just Cthulhu things, man.
He'll be able to dash away. He'll get rooted out by Yarkor. Shinto on the way. I'm not sure if they have enough damage to kill this Cthulhu. As soon as he spots out Shinto, FiNoK should be able to get into that Descent to Madness. No problem for him. Shinto transforms into the Susanoo, thinking maybe they could get something. But all the action that was the Leviathans on the right side of the map, the Dragons responding kind to the left side. A pickup onto Zapman.
Realizing there's two in the right, it's really only Rongyu that can try and defend this, but why go for the gold when you can try and kill Rongyu here? Gamma Ray Burst goes down. He's going to have to put some juke shoes on.
That is a good pull back, but the chains were still attached, so he was slowed down, and PBM can finish that kill with the fire. FiNoK in a 2v1 again, but now Sam has showed up to help alleviate this 2v1. It'll still be a kill going the way of Yarkor, but it'll be a 1-for-1 trade, maybe a little bit more as Sam can find the extra slow there. The pull is not enough. It's a double kill for Sam for Soccer. 2-1-2 to kick this game off. And what a response back to how much onslaught FiNoK is.
You don't want to build anti-heal against this team, so there's really just, he'll just have natural healing built into the kit here. Sam for Soccer might be in some trouble, but also getting a little bit of aggressive. Polar Bear Mike makes the rotation over, but Pagon's 1 HP.
Pagon used the beads to get away from Shinto. Gamma Ray Burst, not going to be enough damage to take him down. Shinto slowed through the winds. The stun will be pre-beads by Sam, and Shinto doesn't even get a chance to fire it off. Yarkor is over here, and that should be a turnaround kill now onto Sam. So 1-for-1 trade out here, but might be 2 because Rongyu is chained up by PBM. Does not have that ult. He used it just a moment ago in the last 5, but that's a 4th kill for the support.
Polar Bear Mike, 4-1 currently on this area. He's putting on a show. Try and find Zapman one more time. The beads are available and not too much mana here, but Zap doesn't know about this.
Yeah, Zap does get by the first chain, slowed down. Panacat charges in, and Zapman will hold on to the relic. Not much that he can do to delay his time there. So Beat still up on his next comeback through, but another kill for that dual lane. A combined 6-1, and they'll start it up. Sam is in the area. This one won't go free, especially with FiNoK rotating over. Yarkor goes in with a blink stun on Sam. He gets pulled back in through the fire, but Sam doesn't have very many avenues to get out. He does find the jump out, but can he go far enough? Panatom not able to close the gap, and he gets blown up by Pagon as soon as he walks in. Yarkor now at half HP and chained up by Mike on the tail end of the fight. Shinto manages to find a way in, has the winter spots, jumps on in, but does not find Pagon.
Such a clutch heal by FiNoK and make sure to keep Sam alive, but the chase will ensue here. Pagon is going to blink into Shinto, but didn't actually get the kill. The Aegis comes through, the auto attack. Not going to finish off. Mike gets it, but the fight continues.
Yarkor tries to get a pull in from Rongyu is good. Pagon is still low, but finally goes down. Yarkor credited to 1, but Yarkor will go down to the rotation out of Panacat. Axos hits 1, but it's a double kill for Panacat. Zapman, one of the only ones left alive after this fight. Panatom has respawned in, but the Dragons can give up this chase onto Zapman instead. Finally look towards favor of the Dragons. Mike going back to base, picks up a horrific emblem. Panacat, no mana on Zapman means a nice and easy 1v1. A beads from the Axe Toss. Panacat can just grab this one, no problem. Don't get Sam, let this one happen. You let this solo kill go for him. And that's going to be the 3rd one now for Panacat this set.
Yeah, Pagon found a kill onto Shinto while that action was happening, and Polar Bear Mike once again trying to bully out Rongyu. No damage has been built for this Ares. It's just base damage. I mean, the auras are not going to be too out of control just yet, but it's only going to get worse. I mean, no one has been able to really show any pressure to Mike since Rongyu picked him up, and Rongyu's not going to live for much longer here.
Yeah, he'll need a drop kick with a minion. PBM's got the ult. He won't even need to pull him in there. That'll be done by Pagon. The Leviathans have already lost the support to start this fight. PBM just a little bit off the mark with that chain.
The idea, because look at where everyone is. Far left side of the map, as far away from Fire Giant as you can be, except for Sam for Soccer right now, who's caught in the cripple field, actually taking a fair bit of damage. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this one. They have so much chase down.
Slight miss time on the drop kick. Panatom able to clean up a kill and get one more here for the Leviathans, but the Dragons have already taken
and maybe do a 4-1 split, but right now, 5 strong are the Jade Dragons, and they will go for this.
Mike just walking by himself. Pagon will charge up that ultimate. We'll find Zapman, pull him back in. That'll get the Aegis off the Hunter. Mike will pull Wrong You back away from the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Sam in a 2v1 in the backline and Find OK finds the final shot against Zapman, but the Cthulhu's facing off against each other. It's Find OK on top, double kill for the solo laner, and he's chasing down more. Shinto does not have much longer to go. He'll de-transform and get that Aegis off, and he's pulled right back in. It's a triple kill
Give him the
for
penta.
Find OK. He'll turn around. He needs a little bit more, but now too healthy inside the fountain. No chance of a penta coming the way of the solo laner for the Jade Dragons, unless a lot of damage can go through right now for this team. Yarkor low, but Panda Cat will grab the 4th kill, and the Titan being tanked up by the Jade Dragons. A couple of minions and a little bit more damage should do it, but Wrong You, who died at the start of the fight, is gonna come right back in, only to watch as the Titan falls and the Jade Dragons take the 2-0 over the Levi's.
I mean, that end call was almost closer than it should have been. That could have been a little bit of a